Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And tough going there, as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. On play action, Fields. Open man, there's Darnell Washington. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked, either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Buying time to his left. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Slot man moves right. Fields tapping it forward. Jet sweep. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They run the option here on 1st and 10. They pitch it to Harris. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 more there and another 1st down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guy
fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Justin Fields. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Coleman, the man in motion right. Allen going to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, it's Allen.
He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
What an intelligent play as he found open glass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Here's Allen. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. Now Allen.
And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And again, it's Allen. His throw incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Allen.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. Here's Allen to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Allen now looks to throw.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial, make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
A 9-yard touchdown ground.
And the Bills respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
These 2 teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And Dallas Flowers going to bring this out of the end zone.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now Fields. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Gregory Rousseau. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Well, certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Here's one deep for Pickens. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, and try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Completes it to Coleman. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Fields now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards in a first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Here's Fields. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now it's Fields.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
They snap it to Fields. That one down the field for Freiermuth.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll send Austin in motion right.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Again, they'll throw with Allen.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To the air, Allen. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Steps away to his left. Keeps himself upright. Dancing to his left. And it is caught. And a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That is complete downfield to Knox.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox as the first half is winding down.
And the Bills have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
that's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Boswell's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Bills 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
17 yards. That's good for the Bills. First down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Shakir hauls it in. Able to fight through one tackle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. To throw, it's Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Allen going to throw. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Bass. Up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Still fighting for more. And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Fields. Being chased out left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. So after the INT, it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The kick by Bass is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Austin, the man in motion left. To throw is Fields. Flush to his right. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Off play action. Fields out to his left. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Back to throw. Fields rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now 2nd and 5. Fields. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And Oliver able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Fields. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And they run with Harris off the option. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Buying time to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And in a situation like this, you're in the 2nd half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run it again with Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The slot man in motion right. Here's Allen. Coleman has it here right side. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass. And good. Now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Fields now to throw.
Forced out to his left.
He's got this to Pickens.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now it's Fields.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that 1st down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it. But, well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
90 ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Back to throw. Allen.
That is intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Here's Fields. Setting up the screen, Harris.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He'll buy some time right.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Final minute. 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields
steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Now 2nd and 4. Now Fields.
Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call.
All eyes on Fields.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Charles, he's had some success running the football today instead of throwing it. He's outside of the pocket there. I thought he might tuck it and run. Instead, he throws the pick six.
Yeah, and I think you're spot on with your thought process there, partner, because in this ball game, his legs have done more damage than his arm. He tried it again to no avail.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Allen will try to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Well, the penalty takes him all the way back to the 12. You don't see many 2-point conversions that go up from the 12 there.
No, you really don't, but in a strange way, it actually opens up the field a little bit, maybe expands what you can call on offense, and they took advantage of it.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fights forward at the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And shedding through the tackle. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well